Hello everyone, JulioToyReviews here, and this is a review of the Power Rangers Ninja Steel Ninja Battle Morpher. So, as you may remember from Ninja, the Katakuri Hengen, or what's now known as the Ninja Battle Morpher, was just a sidearm for the Ninjers. It was basically a shuriken-shaped Swiss Army knife. However, in the US, because of the fact that the highest selling toys for the Power Rangers line are the Morpher and the Sword, and since the Sword was the Morpher Ninja, Saban didn't want to miss out on the opportunity to get more money. So they did a really interesting thing where they made the Katakuri Hengen the Morpher, and they just made the Sword just, well, a sword. So the Ninja Battle Morpher comes with the Ninja Battle Morpher itself, and the red and yellow Ninja Power Stars. So, let's get on with this review. So before we get started with the Morpher, let's take a look at the Power Stars it comes with. So you can see over here that the Morpher comes with the red and, let me grab it, yellow Ninja Power Stars over here. So let's go over the red one first. So you can see the red Ninja Power Star, you can see the Red Ranger over here, you can see the Japanese lettering for the word Aka or red. On the back you have the pins, which, by the way, let me grab the yellow shuriken as well. You can see that the pins are actually very similar. However, the thing is, you have to spin the shurikens fast enough in order to activate the sounds. So in a way, if you try to hack the Morpher, you're basically going to be unsuccessful. So Bandai has created the only Morpher that can't be hacked, unfortunately, because I love hacking Morphers. And also, what you may notice is that the sides over here are not as detailed as the Japanese version. Now let me explain that. In the Japanese version, in the Ninshurikens, these were actually plastic, and the shurikens actually had sounds, and they had like giant sound barrels right back here. However, because of America and our economy, we can't have sounds in our shurikens, and plus the fact that these are actually made out of foam. Because the Ranger keys had the flipping gimmick. The Dino Chargers had the whole transition gimmick. What does this have? Nah, you just throw it. So yeah, these are made out of foam because obviously parents are going to complain if their kids get hurt with plastic. And you can see that the foam is actually really cheap over here. Now, in the Power Packs, it's actually a lot more high quality, but they actually kept it cheap on the Morpher and on the Ninja Starblade as well because Bandai's like, oh, they're collector's items or something like that. Yeah. When I think about an unfinished collector's item, I think about the Santerra Kava from Bionicle, something that looks almost complete. I don't think of this as a collector's item. And over here you have the yellow Ninja Power Star. You have the side over here, which matches the Yellow Ranger's helmet. You have the Yellow Ranger. You have the symbol for a key, or yellow. And the back you have the pins. And that's basically it, the same deal with red. So that's basically it for the Ninja Power Stars that come with the Morpher. So now let's take a look at the Morpher itself. So over here is the Ninja Battle Morpher. And as you may remember from Ninja, this was actually a side weapon called the Katakuri Hengen or Clockwork Transformation. And what this would do is that it would turn into either a katana, a bow, or a claw. And the Ichibano, or the sword, was the Morpher in Ninja. However, what they did here in the US is, since the Sword and the Morpher are the highest selling toys for Power Rangers, it's obvious that Saban, Bandai, everyone else didn't want to skip out on the profit. So what they did is that they made the Katakuri Hengen the Morpher, and they made the Sword just a sidearm. So it sort of flipped backwards in a way. And to be honest, I actually like the choice of making the Katakuri Hengen the Morpher. It's pretty interesting because this weapon was barely used on the show, and just the idea of this being a shuriken-shaped Swiss Army knife, it's actually pretty awesome. And even though this will mean that we'll probably see less of the Sword, I'm happy with that because this has 3 modes. Now, technically, only 3 modes are advertised on the toy, the Sword, the Claw, and the Morpher, and not the Bow. But we'll just ignore that for now. So over here, let's get started with the Ninja Battle Morpher. So just so you can look at it up close, you can see it has a consistent color scheme of red, gold, and blue. And if you turn it around, you can see the handle over here. Now, because of packaging limitations, the handle actually comes separately. It's not attached to the Morpher when you get it. Basically, when you get the Morpher, you need to push down really hard on it in order to get the handle there. and you need to put on this peg over here in order to hold it firmly. Now the Morpher is held firmly without the peg, but I'm just saying. So over here's the on switch, and by the way, the left side is just a try me mode. It's nothing really special. And you can see that just like with the legendary Morpher, the Ninja Battle Morpher shares the sounds with its Sentai counterpart. Mainly this shares the sounds with the Ichibano and stuff. So now that we have the Morpher on, I can show you some of the sounds. So you'll see that it activates 3 slashing noises, which that's all for the noises for the sword and the claw mode. I'm serious, even if you put in different modes, it won't activate anything different. But first let's go to the claw, just because I think it's easiest. And you can see the claw right over there. You can actually grab it like this, like an actual claw. So you'll see that there's no change in sound. And now if we go to the sword mode over here, you'll see that it'll flip out. Let me just press it again. Wait, it didn't activate properly. Sorry about that. There it is. You'll see that the blade actually flips out, and if you put your finger in the middle, this actually really hurts. So over here's the sword mode, and unfortunately, one thing that they left out from the Karakuri Hengen was the ability to turn the handle sideways, so that you could be able to hold this like an upper-handed blade. And this ability really hurts the toy because you can only hold the sword mode like this. So yeah, it's kind of weird holding it, but if you're a pro at swordsmanship like me, you could probably still manage this. And finally, even though this mode is not advertised on the box or anything, you can still do the bow mode from the show because of the fact that how the claw mode works. So yeah, you can still do bow mode. And the Karakuri Hengen had a thing where you could pull back on here and let it go just like an actual bow. This isn't here in the Ninja Battle Morpher. But at least you can still pretend you're holding the bow and you can pretend you're firing and stuff. So that's nice. So that's all for the weapon modes of the Ninja Battle Morpher. So now let's get into the actual sounds of the Morpher. So we have our red and yellow shurikens here, but we're going to start with red because in Toku, red is always first. Now just so I can get this out of the way, what you're going to do is that you're going to plug in the power star in here, and then you're going to spin it fast enough so that it could be able to read it. So that's why if you look at the pins here again, this is why they're so similar yet so different. Because of the fact that it reads certain pins at certain times. And that way it'll tell like, oh, this is the red Ninja Power Star, yellow Ninja Power Star, red Robozord Ninja Power Star, like that. So you're going to grab your Morpher, and you're going to put in the Power Star. And let me actually turn it because the handle is this way, so it'll be easier for me.
Red Ninja Power Star.
Activate. So you can see that it actually has the Ninja morphing sounds, which, if you watch my intro, that's the sound effect that I use. And now if we press on the Morpher again, it'll just give us a final activation noise. So we can take off the Morpher, so we can take off the Power Star and put in the yellow one.
Yellow Ninja Power Star.
Activate. So now we have morphed into the Yellow Ranger, and again, and we could just take out the Power Star, and that's it. So that's basically it for the Morpher mode of the Ninja Battle Morpher. And for everything in general about the Ninja Battle Morpher. Overall, this is actually a really nice toy, and I would recommend it if you're a fan of Power Rangers. I like the fact that they made the Karakuri Hengen the Morpher because the Karakuri Hengen was always a pretty interesting weapon. The idea of just basically a Swiss Army knife. And I also like the fact that the sounds on here are just like the Ninja sounds, which the Ninja sound effects are amazing, and that's why I use them in my intro. And overall, this is just an amazing toy, and if you haven't gotten it already, I would recommend getting it. But unfortunately, I cannot recommend the Ninja Star Power Packs. Oh, the cringe that comes with thinking of those. But anyways, we're talking about the Morpher, not the packs. But I would really recommend the Morpher. If you could get it, go pick it up. So that's basically everything I need to say about the Ninja Battle Morpher. And until next time, I'm JulioToyReviews, and I'm signing off. Thanks for watching, everyone.